Alright, so today I wanted to make a review video about one of my favorite credit cards out there, and one that I think is the best starter travel card that you can get. Now you might say there are some better travel starter cards out there, perhaps, but to me, I think this is a card that is not only just a great starter card, but this could be a long-term travel card for you. You might not ever need another travel card if you have this, and that is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I've owned this card for over 2 years now. I thought I've had it long enough to let you know if I think it's worth having today in 2022, and whenever you're watching this, not much has probably changed, and if so, I probably have an update video about that anyway. Go over some of the perks of this card, what's the bonus as of right now, because for me that was the big factor that played into me getting this card, and what are some other perks that you can get with this card, and let's just hop into it. Alright, so let's get the negative out of the way. There is an annual fee on this card, meaning you have to pay so much a year in order to have this card. However, I don't think it's very steep. It's $95 a year, and the perks that you get with it I think will outweigh the fee itself, so especially if you plan on traveling. So let's talk about the credit card itself, the one you're seeing in my hand. I think they have redesigned it to look a little more, I want to say modern, I guess. So it does look different right now than the one I'm holding, because I'm holding one that's 2.5 years old or however long I've had it now. But it is a metal card, so it does have some weight. And if you've never held a metal card, because I hadn't before I got this card, there's something about having a metal credit card. It's just mental, but it makes you feel, and this is going to sound very pretentious, it makes you feel in a position of power. I don't know why, but just having a heavy credit card and slamming it down when you're at like Chick-fil-A or something is just, it makes you feel like you're on a different level. But is that a reason to get a credit card? Absolutely not. I don't really care in the grand scheme of things if a credit card's plastic or if it has metal in it. What really matters to me is, what do I get out of this credit card? And let's talk about that. So the intro bonus, this is what made me get this card. You get 60,000 points after you spend $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. If that seems a little steep, my recommendation to you, if you know a big purchase is coming up and you're like, oh, I'm going to spend, maybe $3,000 to replace my washer and dryer, or whatever the case may be. Those are the kind of times where you might want to look into, and this isn't financial advice, but those might be the times that you want to look into, should I open a credit card? Not to put the purchase on that credit card and then pay it off monthly. You want to pay it off all at once. You want to make sure you have the cash for whatever that purchase is, but so that you can guarantee that you can get the bonus. Unless you know that, hey, this is the amount I spend in 3 months, I can definitely make that $4,000 in purchases, no problem. Well, here's the cool thing about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Each point is worth 1.25 cents per point. So if you do the math, 60,000 points times 1.25 is actually $750 worth of travel, which is a pretty good chunk of change. That's a nice hotel for a couple of nights, or that's a couple nice plane tickets. Really, if you want to, you can even stretch that by transferring it to a different partner, and we'll talk about that here in a second, and try to get even more value out of those points. But any kind of travel you purchase through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, where you can buy plane tickets, hotel rooms, car rentals, etc., your points are worth 1.25 times the typical value of Chase points, which is normally just 1-to-1. Also, something cool they started doing in the past year or so, they gave users an anniversary $50 credit in hotel stays if purchased through the Chase Ultimate Rewards. So you get $50 free if you already plan on, booking a hotel at least once a year. You can get $50 off just by using this card. They give you a $50 credit. So really, that brings down the annual fee to $45 if you already intended on using at least $50 worth in a hotel stay in a year. So what kind of points do you get from purchasing different things? You get 5 times total points on travel purchased through the Chase Ultimate Rewards. So if you want to buy a hotel room through Chase Ultimate Rewards, you'll get 5 times the points by doing that. You get 2 times points on other travel purchases. Doesn't have to be in the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal at that point. You get 3 times points on dining, including eligible delivery services like, I'm assuming, DoorDash or Uber Eats, and also obviously takeout and dining out, which seems to cover Olive Dining. I don't know why they put all that. 3 times points on online grocery purchases, excluding Target, Walmart, and wholesale clubs. 3 times points on select streaming services. So I think my Disney Plus earns me 3 times points, and 1 point per dollar on everything else. And then on top of that, they say each account anniversary, so each year after you've owned the card for a year, you'll earn bonus points equal to 10% of your total purchases made the previous year. So if you spend $25,000 on purchases in the last year, you'll get 2,500 bonus points, which is sweet. Just a little extra present for using your card throughout the year. Some other great travel perks: you have no foreign transaction fees if you go overseas. You can transfer your points to different partners. Let's go ahead and check out all of those right here. Some of these you might have seen before, like Southwest Airlines, Rapid Rewards. You can transfer to that if you already have an account with Southwest Airlines, United, JetBlue, etc. And sometimes when you transfer to some of these places, your points are actually worth even more than they would on that Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. So I just wanted to show you what the Chase Ultimate Rewards looks like. As you can see in the top left, I have a little over 71,000 points as of August 6th right now. And it looks like I'll get 27 points with my next statement. This is no longer my main credit card, so I don't get as much each month or each statement. So that's why that number is so low. But let's go look at if I wanted to book a hotel, what that would look like. So I'd go up here, I'd click this, and then here's all of the different things you can use your points on. But for me, I want to book a hotel, so I'll hit travel right here. Here's all the travel options. You can go look at flights, you can look at rental cars, cruises. For me, I want to look at hotels, so I'll click hotels here. And now what city am I wanting to book a hotel at? And it even tells you right here, my 71,618 points are worth $895.22 because of that 1.25 times increase. So let's say I want to go to Miami. If I can spell Miami, Florida. And I want to check in November 1st to the 5th. So I'd search, looks for different hotels, and then it'll show you, okay, based on these parameters, here's what everything's going to cost. So I'm scrolling through, obviously we have some really expensive hotels. Like this one's $1,820 a night, which is just crazy. So obviously my points wouldn't pay for everything. It said this would use all of my points, my 71,000, plus I would pay an extra 7,210 extra to pay for this 4-night stay. But this one right here, it's $157 a night, and I would only use 56,000 points, which includes the $76 hotel taxes and fees to stay there for, 4 nights? So basically, I could book this for 4 nights and still have points left over, because this is only going to cost me 56,000 points. So I know I probably didn't cover everything in this video. As more things come up with this card, and as I discover more things with this card, maybe I'll make separate videos on them and just share it with you guys. If you're interested in checking out the card or maybe applying for the card, I'll have a link below to go check it out. You can see if it's the right one for you. And I really appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully you learned something, whether or not you want the card after this. I'm still appreciative that you watched it, and hopefully you enjoyed. But thanks again. Hope to see you in the next video, and take care.